Kindergartners, today we are going to take our orange painted paper and we're going to make a pumpkin out of it. So you're going to get your paper back that you painted, and if you flip it over, Mrs. Clary has drawn a really big oval on the back, and we're going to cut on that line to get our pumpkin shape. You are going to glue this big orange oval onto a black piece of paper. So these will be scraps that can get recycled. And you're going to get a black piece of paper. And you get to decide if your pumpkin is going to be long, or if you want to glue your pumpkin and turn your paper so it's tall. I'm going to open up that glue bottle, flip my orange paper over, and I'm going to put dots of glue all the way around and in the middle. I kind of liked this pumpkin tall, so I'm going to put it on my paper. And I'm leaving a little room at the top for a stem. So you have some scraps at your table, some green rectangles that could be stems. And you can glue that green paper on the top, or if you want to tuck it underneath, I'm going to put some glue on it, flip it over. And now I have to make my pumpkin have a face. I have white scraps at the tables for you. I'm going to get 2 eyes out of this, but I have a little trick. If I fold this paper and line up those corners as best as I can, I'm going to draw the biggest oval shape I can. If you want to draw a triangle shape, or if you just want to have rectangle eyes, you can. But like last time when we made our butterflies, I'm keeping these papers closed together. So I'm cutting at the same time on both sides. And when I'm finished, I will have 2 of the same shape. I'm going to do that with some black. Now this black's really big, so I'm going to cut a little piece out of it. I'm going to fold it in half. And this time I'm just going to cut a shape with 3 sides. What is that? You got it, it's a triangle. Kind of like that. I have some other scraps I could have for a mouth. Well, I'm going to give him a big mouth. We have practiced rounding corners. I want my pumpkin to have a rounded mouth. What if I had it like that with just 2 rounded sides? I think that's kind of big. I'm going to cut it a little bit smaller. I'm going to cut a piece off of that. Oh, I like that. He's a happy pumpkin. I'm going to glue those things down. A little bit of glue. And I'm going to glue his smile down. A couple other things that could make my pumpkin look pretty cool. I'm going to give him some teeth. So I have some of these white scraps left. I'm going to try to be creative, and I'm going to cut some teeth out of these scraps. I'm going to cut some little squares and rectangles. So you don't have to make a ton of teeth. You don't have to have any. They could be rectangles. They could be triangles. I think that's silly. He looks like a little baby with his 3 teeth. One thing we looked at on the smartboard before this is we looked at eyebrows. I'm going to try to give my pumpkin some eyebrows with these black scraps. I bet I could cut 2 long, skinny rectangles. Awesome. Those could be my eyebrows. Or I could have them go up, or I could have 1 up, 1 down. Ooh, that makes him look angry. I kind of like that. Put a little bit of glue on that. The last thing I'm going to add to my pumpkin is I am going to add some black lines. Not a lot, but just a couple of black lines kind of rounded on my pumpkin to make my pumpkin have a little bit of a bumpy texture. See how I'm stopping when I get to those eyes and mouth? I don't want to draw right through it. That kind of gives my pumpkin a bumpy looking texture. When I'm all done, this is going in the drying rack, and I am going to throw my scraps into the recycling bin and clean up my scissors and glue and crayon.